Hi, it's me, Vamp, and today we are going to do something a little bit different because you see, I've been noticing that there's been new players on Warframe all the time, and a lot of the new players are PC players. Some of them, this might be a little bit of a weird video considering most of you guys know that I am a console main, particularly a PS4 main. But I'm trying to dabble a bit more on the PC side. So I thought I'd go over official minimum specs and based on feedback from my streams, link in the description below, as well as feedback from you guys, and definitely let me know if these minimum specs even work for you. But before we talk about it, I gotta scroll down because I saw a comment which I, for some reason, thought was super, super funny, honestly. So, yeah. Anyway, let's begin with the thing. So, as you may know, Warframe, everywhere had the new goths. Even console got update not too long ago. The total Metacritic score, we don't care about that. We don't pay attention to that. Sorry, Metacritic, it's not what we do. It's not the Tenno Life. Okay, for those of you guys that are new or thinking about getting into Warframe, you don't know what Tenno Life means, most likely. But for those of you fellow Tenno, Tenno is basically the Warframe and the operator as one. You guys don't know who the operator is. Don't worry about it. It's a Warframe thing. It's a Warframe joke, if you will. But yeah, I digress. Let's go into everything, okay? Okay. Minimum system requirement. That's what we're here for, right? Okay. So, these are it as I highlight them. No, yeah. Okay, OS, Windows 7, 64-bit, 32-bit, not supported. Now, not too long ago, actually, I think it was earlier this year, they dropped support for Windows XP. They did support Windows XP for the longest time, which is, yeah, crazy, right? Okay. Now, it's at 32-bit not supported. In theory, I've heard some people try and it worked out fine for them, 32-bit version of Windows, but it's not officially supported. So in the comment section below, don't be like, well, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm running everything on the 32-bit. I'm going to ask why, because, I mean, just why? 32-bit is super, super old technology. If you can, I recommend you upgrade to at least the 64-bit. Windows 7, I can understand that you're being on Windows 7. As long as it's not Windows Vista or Windows 2000. Excuse me. Apparently, I'm just coughing talking about Vista. I hated Windows Vista, okay? It was terrible. I don't know. It's probably the first Windows I really didn't care for. I never tried Windows Me, so don't say but what about that. Windows 8 is a second I didn't really care for. But then again, I had someone come up to me and say, I don't want that computer because it's Windows 10. Because apparently they like Windows 8. Anyway, moving on. Processor. Intel Core 2 Duo. Okay. Or AMD equivalent. Xeon 64 400 plus. Okay, so these processors are very minimum processors. Most people nowadays have Ryzen i7, Intel i7-99, or Ryzen 7, or second gen, or third gen, or what have you. I myself have a Ryzen 7, so but that's just me. It's not the top of the line thing, but you know, it's enough to technically run Warframe. And I actually instantly regretted telling you guys that, just because I feel like now you guys are going to be like, hey, Vamp, you should run Warframe. I think that this is what it is. It's good. It's not bad. It's not bad. Okay, that means it can run on pretty old computers. Now, I will admit, with an old processor like this, there are certain areas, like the open world area of Warframe, Plains of Eidolon, or Fortuna, or Valis, or Plains of Eidolon. They are the areas you get to from going to Cetus or Fortuna. They're the, quote, open worlds of Warframe. They might pose a little bit of a problem for you. Okay, now let's go to the video. DirectX 10 Plus capable graphic card. They actually just dropped support for DirectX 9 not too long ago, believe it or not. And since it mentions graphics card, I would like to mention that Warframe had its own in-house particle effects, which is very odd. Apparently, there was some old thing that NVIDIA was dropping support for, so, you know, Warframe really, the Digital Extremes, the creator of the game, they really did step up and make their own particle system, so I do hand it off to them. Hey, look, explore open world. It's what the open worlds I was talking about. 4GB RAM. Okay. Here's where I'm gonna stop you right now, Wolfen. Okay, I cannot say that it's not playable with 4GB RAM. I technically had a computer a long time ago that only had 8GB RAM. Nowadays, 16 is the standard, especially if you're content create of any kind or stream. But anyway, I digress. 4GB RAM, I feel like if it says it here, it must technically play on the 4GB, but that means you would have to have like everything else closed, and even then I feel like you might run into some issues. Okay, 35GB hard drive space. Now, some people, we're going to talk about hard drive space for a minute, okay? A cool minute, as the kids might say. Not cool, maybe a hot minute? Okay, well, anyway. Hard drive space. Now, Warframe is constantly updating. As of right now, there's updates for it constantly. Big updates, small updates. We're talking about like 2GB, 4GB. I think 5GB is the most PC has ever had at one given time. I'm not sure. I think that's it. But my point is Warframe is constantly updating. So I know you might instinctively be like, hey, I have a 250GB SSD that my operating system is on. I should put it on there, right? No. I do not recommend that. Now, if you only have SSDs and no, mechanical hard drive in your computer, good for you. Put it on one of your 1 terabyte SSDs or 2 terabytes or whatever, just to be safe. But if you have a hard drive, a regular hard drive, and a SSD, but the SSD is like small in space, I definitely recommend putting this on your regular hard drive, because eventually it will take up more and more space over time. And then finally, we should go with internet. Broadband internet connection required. Now, Warframe does technically have an offline mode, but it's only like for a mission or two. What it does is after that, it can after you finish that mission offline in solo mode, it technically does connect to the server to, tell it that, oh, you got these mods, oh, you got this and that and this and that. So definitely make sure that you have an internet connection, preferably a good internet connection, although Warframe uses peer-to-peer stuff for a lot of things. So yeah, and you guys might hear that in the background, so bear with me for a moment if you would. Okay, sorry about that. I was updating my version of Warframe on PC, and I was actually doing this whole, because every now and then it will say want us to move some cache around or whatever to save space on your hard drive. I'm like, yes. Sometimes I'd say no, because it's a very, very long process. If you want to just get into the game, you kind of want to do no. But I had to. It was long overdue. Anyway, let's read this note together, okay? There is no Mac or Linux client currently available. So anyone who tells you that they constantly play Warframe on a Mac or a Linux is a liar. Okay. Maybe they found some hidden workaround or something. I don't know. But Warframe is not officially, or as far as I know, unofficially even, supported by Mac or Linux. I know what you're thinking. Bam! Why did you go over all of this with us? Exactly like I said. New players, I want you to be able to possibly enjoy the game. I want to make sure you know what kind of computer you need minimum. If you have a laptop or thinking about buying a laptop to play Warframe with, don't laugh. Warframe is a free-to-play game, yes. But it's fully possible for someone to buy something like a laptop with a free-to-play game in mind. Like, say you're going to be like, oh, I'm just buying a laptop for 1 or 2 games, but I want to keep Warframe in mind because maybe I want to play Warframe in the future. It looks kind of interesting. I see people streaming it, link in the description below. Okay, all the time. But yeah, that's why I made this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. See, it just updated. Updates happen quite regularly, honestly, which is very cool. I think it's very cool. DE, the publisher, like I said, it supports English in full audio. The interface supports German, French, Italian. There different kind of support to the languages. It's kind of a sore subject at times, so maybe not mention it. But yeah, it's officially supported. And with that said, I'm actually going to call it a video here. Definitely let me know what you guys think of this video, what you guys think of this game. If you guys play it already, are you still enjoying it? Do you guys play it on a PC, on a PS4, on an Xbox One, on the Nintendo Switch? Yes, it's available for all of those platforms. So if you don't have a PC that meets the minimum requirements, but you'll have a Switch lying around somewhere, or PS4 or an Xbox One, you can play it on those platforms as well. And with that said, feel free to smash that like button if you liked the video. Punch that bell icon if you want to be notified right away of future videos that go live. And if you're not subscribed already, feel free to smack that sub button. Regretted it as soon as I said it. But yeah, later.